afternoon, everyone. I just wanted to address a few things this morning because a lot of people have been contacting me and saying, well, Wakefield Council seemed to suggest when they asked that it were an independent inquiry, and even people in Wakefield Council who still weren't there saying, yeah, they're trying to pass it up as some kind of independent inquiry and everything had been done above board, which obviously it hasn't. I mean, there's lots of questions I get asked. I mean, no more so than why has nobody been sacked, which I can't answer that. Obviously, that's their cover-up, what I call their cover-up. I mean, I've told you before, if you've watched videos, basically this thing, I put everything in. Or, just quite quickly, I put all information goes in, all allegations, basically. They set up an investigating team led by Gillian Marshall, solicitor for Wakefield, who's, you know, her boss, Merrin McRae, on £3,500 a week plus bonuses. She reports to her. But they set up this team and basically that team is there to do nothing except play everything down and push everything as much as they can under a carpet and dismiss what I say. You know, they don't fully look into everything anyway, and what they do, they don't want to know about it really. I mean, so I'm just going to try quickly tell you about how independent, you know, the independent part of it. So, all them allegations there are what they get off me. All these. And more. These are all your allegations. A lot of them, isn't there? Yeah. So the hundreds of thousands of pounds spent on a taxpayer's money on an investigation results with this. That is all them allegations put into one sheet of paper. That is to cover everything I've just showed you, basically. But what you will see on it, one part says I refused to provide further evidence. I mean, I've showed you everything and they've got everything, which is absolute garbage. But there's a part that says, the investigating officer was a senior procurement officer from YPO to give a degree of independence in the process. What they did, they sent me to a meeting up Industrial 41, and it will basically, well, their way of saying, it's not at our place, let's do it up there at Wakefield, at Industrial 41 at YPO place, and it looks like there's somebody looking into this and they've got nothing to do with council whatsoever. This basically, it's our way of saying we've done it independently, as you'll see there. So, you wouldn't believe how, you know, to pass it up as though there's some kind of independence. So, at the beginning of this, in August, this was a Peter box. You'll see in yellow, party investigation, HR, human resources. Now comes the interesting bit. What they pass off as independent, right? This is how independent it was. This is a letter I got from Wakefield Council, human resources, and I had to see a man called David Clinton. You'll see it at the bottom. David Clinton is human resources. He works up at YPO. He's just another arm at council, basically. He's in investigation. He knows everything, all allegations. But basically, when you see what I show you in a minute. So they send me this letter, and it's basically, he does the old "I'm independent" type thing. I'm your friend, which he wasn't. And there's also a person sat there from Wakefield Council. He's been involved in this investigation from start. Yeah, and I kept saying to him, why aren't you asking me about the proper questions? Why aren't you? I'm just asking you this. And that was the letter I got from them. This was October last year. So this is basically your independent part of your investigation. Now just watch this. That's the letter that comes. and you wouldn't believe them, right? What he does this questionnaire. Now I'm going to show you this questionnaire, and this is the independent part of this investigation. Everything, all those allegations, you know, multitude of corruption, all sorts, and this is what he asked me. And when he showed me this and said, could you fill this in? I said, well, it doesn't really bear any resemblance to to everything I've told you about. Well, you need to fill this in for me to progress. I thought, what? This is exactly what he asked me. And bear in mind what I've just showed you, all allegations. This is your independent Mr. David Clinton's, who's an arm of the council really, sat in a room with me, my son, and a lady from council, as I've just showed you on that letter. And this is what he asked me. Out of everything I told him, look at this. These were the questions. And if you've been watching video, you think, well, what's that really got to do with all allegations of corruption? And yeah, this is your independent part of the inquiry, and I think it finishes off. Hold on. The most ridiculous, you know, it don't really resemble anything to do with all things I've told them about. And I actually said to him, I said, why don't you ask me the proper questions? Why don't you ask me about this and that? They did not want to. It was sent there for a reason, to basically, by Gillian Marshall from Wakefield Council, to basically play down everything. And then Gillian Marshall, as I've shown you in that letter, could say, there was a degree of independence, and that was the last question. So you've got all those allegations, what I've showed you, all these allegations, you've got that. After a year and hundreds of thousands spent, you get that. And then they say, there was a degree of, a degree of independence. Send him up to YPO, so it's not at council building. It looks like it's done somewhere else, independent. But make sure council's in on, you know, in with it. They just try, you know, it's like, it's insane to try to say they want a degree of independence. So I do this, and then basically what you get out of it, you get that, it were independent, and people are saying to me, even at council people are saying, well, it were an independent inquiry. It was nothing of the sort. Have you ever seen questions as stupid that marry up to all like them allegations ever in your life? It's like, what? Even when I went in meeting, I recorded it, to be honest. Even when I went in, because these people in this in this meeting, these are going to have to answer some serious questions in court. I can tell you that. But how ludicrous! You've got all those allegations, and then they come and, well, you made contracts over the years at Wakefield. They know all this. It was just, you know, I'm sat there. Even my son says, he says, how weird's that, Dad? He says, they've sent you up to that Industrial 41 as though it looks like it's not to do with council investigation. I says, I know. I says, that's exactly what they've done. I says, and they're trying to pass it off as though it's, you know, independent. What a load of bollocks. I'm not kidding. Absolute garbage. So, yeah, all that, hundreds of thousands spent, and let me tell you this, they're still spending colossal amounts of money. They're getting paid these exuberant salaries and that, like Mary McRae, £3,500 a week plus bonuses. All the time, they're dealing with all these things here. What they could have sorted out, they could have sorted it all out, but they're still dealing with this. And I'll tell you what, one of my old pals got in touch with me yesterday. because he's a contractor. Anyway, he was saying that about that 50 grand and that in back. He says, I saw that weight being dodgy. I said, yeah, there's quite a few. I said, I'll find something out, but let me just show you this. Now, on appearance, you might think, well, there's some work on that. Read what it says in yellow. I put an invoice in when I did work. I put an invoice in for what men I had, what machines I'd used, and, you know, basically that rate. Not a price job. I didn't go, here's a price, pay me that amount of money. I did the work, got paid on a basis like that. And I told you about, I'm trying to, well, you know, cooking their own books, you know, like saying, give us an invoice, and it looks like we spent as budget. And look at date on top, it were always in March, and they got that thingy, brown weight, it was like, even telling me what to put on, how to word an invoice. Not itemise it with things I'd used, because I'd not done it. The work hadn't been done, basically. I mean, can you imagine if this money, what I'm going to show you, got in my, which it did go in my bank, but can you imagine if I'd have just said, oh, I've gone under now, what would have happened with that money? But anyway, look, this was I think about 56,000, just for you to look what it says in yellow, and look at date at top. All was just near end of tax year. Basically what they were doing, they were just saying, give us these exuberant amounts of money invoices and that, and put word it like we asked you, and there's some work for you later on. Yeah, that's fine, yeah, that's nice to know you've got some work in year, following year. But they weren't doing it for that purpose. They were doing it to say, we've spent that money in this financial year, so we want more money. That's what they do. I mean, what would happen to you out there, you know, self-employed or businesses, you know, or you're anybody in accounts, you know, doing that? Would you not be sacked? And what do they try to pass this explanation to a long investigation of? 2 people from the hearing were an action short of dismissal. What they mean is basically, there's that much bad behaviour in council, we're going to have to do something. So what we'll do, we'll just say, a couple of people went through just something so short of dismissal. No, people should be sacked, including Merrin McRae, chief exec, and everybody on investigating team. It's like, what a piss take. Hundreds of thousands, allegation after allegation, and I've showed you, I've given you, you know, evidence. And to come out with that, how bad is it? How bad's that? Nobody sacked, you know, cooking their own books. What a set of, you know, how bad is that? Right, quickly, I want to tell you something, and I want to, because let me tell you this as well. I want to just tell you this as quick as I can, basically. Oh, what's this? As I've always said, there's some decent people in council. I've done work for lots of divisions at council, and some really decent people. And one of the divisions at council is a division called street scene. And street scene, basically, among many things, they deal with allotments and things like that, and, you know, that kind of thing. And let me tell you this about street scene. I have never ever found them to be anything but decent. All of them. I've worked for them, worked alongside them, and I can tell you this, at times they've gone above and beyond to you know, help people at street scene. I can tell you that now. Tim Johnson, Dave Delaney, them men there, if anybody thinks they haven't gone above and beyond to, you know, to help people out, they'd be wrong. I can tell you that now. I have nothing but praise to say about them. Even at Wakefield, when I did that at Wakefield Park, got there that flooding, that was down with street scene, and I said I had complications, but that was in land drainage, not helping situation. But this is a funny one, this, because I'm going to tell you something, but at the end of it you'll understand it's not street scene who caused this problem. A lot. I don't know if any of you have ever read this about allotments and leisure. Just read this. This is from Wakefield Council. Pick your own tomatoes and, you know, get it. Basically get an allotment. I'll just show you. So you read that, and then a lot of people in Featherstone will know where this place is. On Main Road, allotments. So you've read that. Now let me tell you, behind that fence, the only thing you could grow in there is a rice paddy field. I can tell you, it's like watching a Rambo film with all Chinese running about, you know, planting rice. You can't. I've never in my life. Them allotments at the back of that fence, they're derelict, most of them, because the flooding in there is catastrophic. And one day, I had what I spy street scene to go down and, you know, have a look. Can I get rid of flooding and make it all good again? And I said, I had a good look. I went around, did some things. I said, yeah, I can do that for you. I said, that's not, I can feasibly make them nice again. I said, I can push that water and get rid of it all and do it all nice. Brilliant. I mentioned it to the land drainage who I worked under. Oh, no, not a prayer. I said, why, what do you mean? You can't put that water in that dike. I said, well, it's Yorkshire Waters. I said, well, I'll ask Yorkshire Water. They won't let you. I said, well, why not? I says, we cleaned the trash screen of that dike. He says, well, that's a different matter. I said, so you're telling me all them allotments stay like they are? And yeah. So it won't street scene, they delayed it because they truly wanted that doing for you, I can tell you that now. So I couldn't get rid of water in a dike, right? This is truth. And I couldn't believe it. And as soon as I turned around, they were building B&M and all that. And I like B&M, but do you know what the thing was? Where's water go from B&M car park and other? Into dike. So you know, moral of the story, because council got a lot of money off B&M, is it Aldi or Lidl or something like that? Because I've got a lot of money for water on car parks and roofs to go into dike. Oh, no problem. Of course you can have permission, get them built. But your poor sods at allotments, who's lived in Featherstone all your life, I dare say, at the back of there, no. Your poor buggers who try one in allotment but they're all derelict. No, so after all that, basically someone in land drainage said to me, well, it was Paul Madison in land drainage, he said, no, you'll never get permission to put the water in the dike. Not street scene, not Dave Delaney, not Tim Johnson, Paul Madison of land drainage said, you'll never get permission, and I couldn't believe it. Lo and behold, I mean, you can see for yourself. I mean, everybody knows down there, don't you? You all know, you all live there. So yeah, and it's lovely having B&M there. It's brilliant, but in it marvellous, isn't it? When it comes to, you know, a bit of money coming in, because these people, when they put buildings up, they have to pay. You can't just put buildings up in housing estates, because all that water that goes down here and round here and up there, round there, all that water has to be maintained where it goes and everything, and they pay quite a lot of money to do that. But because allotment people aren't paying to get rid of their water, no, can't do that, can't have permission for that. No, Paul Madison in land drainage said, well, really, it's not to do with me, I was just advising you, but at the end of the day, I'm just advising people of Featherstone, that is what basically happened. And as I say, all you in allotments will know there's that dike that goes at back allotments. We cleaned that grill there, I've cleaned it for years, you know, maintained it, but when it comes to putting water in there, no, nothing to do with us. We think it's Yorkshire Water, and they'll not let you do it, so it just got left. But yeah, so street scene were trying the hardest to rectify all that with that water and make them allotments nice. And it were other people, you know. Scandalous, isn't it, that? You can't. I sometimes think, well, that fence has gone up, it's gone up so it shadows, you know, you can't see all derelict allotments because they look a right mess, don't they? But yeah, I could have sorted all that for you in a breath. It were all made it all beautiful, done it all for you. I did that behind Asda at Cutside, allotments down there flooded bad. I did all that, and I'll tell you what, Tim Johnson went honestly above and beyond to get rid of flooding down there for you. Absolutely did everything he could. So I have got nice things to say about Summit Council. It's just the pilferers I haven't got nice to say at all. And I tell you another a lot of nice people in council. All ladies who work at finance side of it. You know, they're the most kindest people, helpful. Because a lot of time, do you know what some engineers used to do? They'd say, oh, I went home, your invoice were in my inside pocket for, well, I've been on holiday. I'm not kidding. I'm thinking, where's my money? You're ringing people up in finance. I used to do the heading really, because I would always on phone to poor women. And they always helped, they were always kind and helped me. So yeah, nice things to say about them. But you won't, I'll tell you what, any ladies in finance watching, and you know me, don't you? How many times did I used to ring and ring and ring and chase money? How many times? Constantly, every week I was on phone. Who's got this money? Where's that money? They'll all tell you in finance. It was, and that one now and again, that was for years. I was just constantly on phone, and it was like chasing your money so much. Honestly, that's what I say about Abercroft when they owed me that money. I tracked it down to Graham West, who was one of the boss of the highways, and that it was sat with him. You know, sat with him. I don't need to pay him. Pay him when I think it's right. You know, I hadn't even looked at job. It's gone over budget and that, because I didn't take much notice, because I'm an idiot stick really, who don't care what my men do. Yeah. So it's quite a bit for you to look at today with that, isn't there? So yeah, but there's a bit of nice things to say. But I just wanted to clear that up with allotments for you people. Yeah. Look at all allegations. How do you get rid of it? And I've even given them evidence, and I on that. Use the wording below. 47,200. We also want an invoice for South Kirby. How can they work out price before I've done the job? You know what I mean? I didn't give them a price, say, oh, that is 47,200 or £9,631.22. It's impossible to do that. It were basically, let's get some invoices off him and that, pay him for end of March, pay him, and we can say, oh, our budget's down and we can get more money for us to do us what we want with, because we do what we want with our budget. They don't, I've showed you that. How many times I showed you it, haven't I? Oh, that's fire remote. I'm going like that, trying to take my temperature. It'll have gone up again today with all this nonsense. There's a lot more to come, you know what I mean? There's lots more to come. Because people are asking me about, there's a lot of contractors that say to me, you know, they ask, you know, workings are, you know, and it's quite interesting how you can't get on. I'm not kidding, it is quite interesting. Yeah, what you've got to do to get on. So, but anyway, we'll get into all that. So, yeah. Renting an allotment is an inexpensive way of getting your hands on valuable gardening space. With an allotment, you'll get produce, cheap, homegrown organic food, with the knowledge that it is fresher than anything you buy from a shop. Nothing compares to the taste of your own freshly picked tomatoes, full of vitamins, free from harmful chemicals, not even genetically modified. The responsibility of taking allotment should not be underestimated. Cultivating and maintaining cultivating, only thing you can do with them is put rice paddy fields in. And everybody knows that water's about 17,000 fathoms deep. It's ridiculous. But as I say, it wasn't your at street scene, I know that. I mean, I can say that with the end of my heart. It was saying you can't have permission to put water into the dike, and you know. No way, there's not a prayer you're putting your water in the dike so people can have allotments. Can we put a B&M up? You what? Of course you can. How much we getting? How much we getting? Get some money in our bank. Of course you can put a B&M up. Put what you want up if you're paying.